Brian,
Sure.
Secretary Clinton's biggest perceived weakness in the electorate is a gap on trustworthiness. How does she address that in the context of a debate? Just by saying, hey, I'm trustworthy? How does she reverse that feeling or at least erode it?
Totally fair question. I think that she has to communicate her values tonight, and she's going to try to do that. I think that sometimes on the stump, again, it doesn't always make the evening news in the context of the back and forth of the campaign, but she talks often about, as a young girl, seeing her mother, who is somebody that was abandoned at age 14 and ended up working as a housemaid throughout her teenage years, never had the opportunity to go to college, and yet was devoted to helping make a better life for her, Hillary Clinton. And I think she sees in her mother somebody that never truly had the opportunity to fulfill her own God-given potential. She wants to create that opportunity for everyone else. That's why she's in this race. I think she's going to try to communicate that tonight.
Why do you think she has an issue with lack of trust by the American people?
Well, a couple things. Number one, she's been in the public eye for a while now fighting these fights. And in the context of that, she's had political opponents that have tarred her with a lot of untrue allegations. Secondly, I think, though, she has acknowledged that she could do a better job communicating. She has said, pretty frankly, that when it comes to public service, the public aspect of it always comes less easily or less naturally to her than the service part. I do think that every time she's had the opportunity to serve the public in a high-profile job, she's acquitted herself extremely well and made the country proud. But the campaigning part of it, the poetry part of the campaigning, she has said comes more naturally to her husband and to President Obama.
But in the theme of self-inflicted wounds, though, for example, nearly fainting at the 9/11 event, the first story, second story, the third story, there seems to be a constant issue with what is the truth at the moment. Just like we talk about Donald Trump's self-inflicted wounds. Aren't hers self-inflicted as well?
Well, I think that we've tried to address that over the course of the campaign. In that particular instance that you mentioned, that was really a staff miscue. We should have been more upfront and quicker to get information out about the state of her health. We tried to do that as soon as we had an official diagnosis from her doctor later that afternoon. But I do acknowledge that I think that we hurt ourselves and played into a pre-existing narrative a bit with our failure as a staff. But that's on us, not her.
Brian Fallon, thanks so much.
Okay.
National Press Secretary for Hillary Clinton. Be sure to tune into the debate tonight. We're going to expect unprecedented ratings, guys.